to my first book haul. Before you delve into the video though, I want to let you know there's going to be a couple poll questions. Hit that like button if you like it. Comment below non-spoiler discussions on the books for those who may have not read them yet. And also subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you here. Alright, let's get into it.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, pork, beans, greens, potatoes.
Hello everyone, it is so good to have you back. I know I've been gone for a while, but I've been planning great videos for you all today. Awesome content coming up. But I want to do, finally, this channel's first ever book haul. Something you should know about me. I love to read. Ever since I was a little kid with hardly a friend and a huge imagination, I have always loved getting lost in a book. My favorite genres are high fantasy and science fiction. Those are typically what you're gonna see me reading, but I love social justice books, philosophy books, an occasional slave narrative, and historical nonfiction. But yeah, if you catch me reading, you're more than likely gonna see me with fairies or aliens or post-apocalyptic type deal. That's just what I love, and I eat them all up. So you're probably wondering, if you like reading so much, what the heck with the bookshelf? Right now, I'm building a new bookshelf. This is actually my second bookshelf. I have another bookshelf, ceiling to floor, with my Animorphs collection, my first Harry Potter books, but it's really gonna be fun to build this up. My boyfriend doesn't read quite as much as I do, so this is basically my bookshelf. And this is my reading room where I'm filming. So tune in, there's gonna be a lot more content on this channel. And to keep you, and I'm gonna stop subjecting you to my rambling, let's get into this book haul, all right? Okay, let me check my notes one more again. All right, we're ready to go. All right, so just so you know, not a millionaire, but my birthday was recently. I got a whole bunch of books for my birthday. I am so thankful to my family and friends who know how much I love to read and ignore them. So they got me these books so I don't subject them to all my rambling. I can just go away into a corner and no longer be in their hair. So this is great. The first book in this book haul that I am so excited about is The Fifth Season. Super excited to read this book. I actually started reading it a couple nights ago and I love it. This is by N.K. Jemisin. Look at her, we have the same hairstyle. Look at us. Lots. So yeah, this is, I'm really excited to get into the series. It is a fantasy series, and also along with it, the sequel, Obelisk Gate. So yeah, this is the first, this is the second in the series, and I believe the third is coming in a few months actually. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I got the first two books in the series, which I'm so excited. So when I finish this one, and obviously I'm gonna be so turned up, I'm gonna want to dive into the second one. I'll have it. So awesome. So these are both by N.K. Jemisin, and it's a fantasy series that I have been stalking online and really wanted to get, but someone got it for me, so yay! Can't wait to read this series. It is the winner of the 2016 Hugo Award. Yeah, I can't wait to read these great books. The third book in this haul is Empire of Storms. So I actually already read this book. This is part of the haul, but I already read this book. I did part reading, and I did part reading, and I actually used Audible. I got a free download, and I was traveling last month, so I couldn't resist not knowing what was going on and being on a 4-hour car ride and not knowing what was happening with my beloved characters. So I listened to maybe like 25% on Audible, and I read the rest. Honestly, this is such an awesome sequel. As you know, this is the Throne of Glass series. I have some more. Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite fantasy writers, and I have more of her books over here, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and other some of her books I'm using in the living room to decorate that bookshelf. But yeah, this is really awesome. I love the characters in this book. I was previously heartbroken by what happened to one of my favorite characters in this series, but it's still so addictive that I read it and read it. But there was something that happened, and I think, I don't want to spoil it because I know some people haven't read the book, but there was a character death that actually happened a couple books ago that really upset me. I didn't understand why. I can't get into it. It really hurt my feelings. Seriously, when you're reading this book, you're gonna need to designate a person to help peel you off of the floor at the conclusion. That's all I'm gonna say. I know that's not a spoiler. It just be ready. This is a really great book, such great character development. We got to learn so much about so many people. My favorite character in the series, I think, is Manon, and you really get to see into her life. But I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But it's an awesome book. You're gonna love it. Can't wait for the one after this. Yeah, Sarah J. Maas. Obviously, like, I have her other books in her series, A Court of Thorns and Roses. That is the third book. The next book is The Heart of Whiteness. This is a really great book. This is written by Robert Jensen, and he is a white man who has written about white privilege and his own privilege in the world, and he talks about racism. It's really, I haven't finished it. I started reading it like a couple weeks ago. But he talked, like, one of the first examples that he uses in this book is how racially fueled jokes are harmful to other people, even when it's amongst whites without any non-white people around. When I finish, I'll probably do a review on it too, but it's a really great book. If you're wondering if you're white or even non-white and you don't understand, I guess, how white privilege works, how, you know, the institution of how racial discrimination and prejudice affects us all, and even it can be corrosive to the people who have privilege, this is a book for you. It's straight no chaser. I would highly recommend this. Can't wait to finish this book. The Heart of Whiteness. Check it out. It's really cheap on Amazon. Go get it. This next book is super special because it was written by a friend. My dear friend Derek Austin wrote a book. I bought this with my birthday money. It's called Trouble the Water, and it is a beautiful book of poetry, and it has religious, sexual, all types of tones in it. I never thought myself to be deep enough to be able to understand or buy poetry. You know, I'm not one to sit there with a latte and just sit there with my poetry and my cigarette. I feel extremely posh with this book of poetry. It is I would describe the poetry within this book as heartbreakingly beautiful. One of my favorites right now is Etching of Adam and Eve. I've just been skipping around here and there. You should buy this book. It is awesome. Derek is fabulous. Derek is not only just an amazing author, but an amazing man and an amazing friend. I highly recommend that you get this, check out the poetry within, and get ready for your edges to be snatched. Like, get ready to be completely gathered in amazing poetry. All right, so Trouble the Water by Derek Austin. Just beautiful poetry. Check it out, get it, amazing. All right, we're down to the last two. So the next one, A Torch Against the Night. I was waiting so long for this. Another book that I have also read. I read it in like a week. So good. This is another great installment to a wonderful fantasy series. I was so excited to see where the characters were going. Honestly, guys, Sabaa Tahir wrote just an amazing second installment to her series, and again, you're going to need, there was a scene in this book that literally I had to put it down. I had to put the book down. physically walk away and come back and get myself together. It was that good. You will love every second of this amazing adventure. I love Helene. Helene is my girl in this series. I think there's a trend with me just liking super tough women in these fantasy series, and Helene is where it's at in this book. I love Leia, I love all of them, but Helene and the masks, everything, I just loved it. Actually, I have a second full question. Out of the books that I read Empire of Storms and I read Torching Into the Night. Answer the poll question. Which one would you rather hear a review on? Let me know. The last book in this haul. This was also a birthday present. I didn't get it myself, but I'm really happy that someone got it for me. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, of course, by J.K. Rowling. Super excited to delve into this. I have managed not to hear or see any spoilers on this book. Please do not comment with spoilers. I try not to spoil for y'all, don't spoil for me. But you know what? The spoiler of all spoilers was Snape and Dumbledore. Like a kid, actually, I went to the midnight buy of Harry Potter and read as much as I could. Went to work the next day. I was like a volunteer counselor at the time, and this kid who had his mom read the book, he came to camp and told everybody about Snape and Dumbledore. So honestly, I think after that point, I've been totally and completely desensitized to spoilers. But still, it's nice not to be spoiled. I love to read a book. I love to I love to just uncover that all on my own. But yeah, that is the book haul. Let me know what books you're excited about reading. Have you read any of these? Would you like to discuss non-spoiler? We'll discuss non-spoilers in the comments. We're gonna discuss non-spoilers in the comments for people who haven't read them yet. But yeah, I'm so excited to delve into these books. The holiday season is great for reading and binge watching. It's gonna be so great. If you like it, subscribe. Can't wait to see you guys soon.